Greetings and welcome, dwarves and migrants alike. Welcome back to Cattenvîr in the 2nd of Felside, year 127. Late spring as it happens, which means that summer's just around the corner. Maybe more migrants. Who knows? I'm not sure I could deal with the excitement of having more people to name, honestly. I am, of course, being incredibly sarcastic because it took me a phenomenal amount of time to decide who should be named what and what job they should have. Wow, seriously, a long time. Those of you who are following my Twitter will know that I was complaining a little bit about just how long it took me to name them. You would also happen to know quite a few of the people who have been named because of the inherent backstage pass-esque qualities of following me on Twitter. But for those who have been patiently waiting for the video, I'm not going to torture you any longer. Let's flip over to Dwarf Therapist and find out. And here we are. Now, whilst you're busy scanning these names for your own, I'm going to read them out in more or less the order that they've come in. So we've got Camzor, Dapper Jester. Well, Camzor is a craftsmith. Just start that out. Dapper Jester is one of our new Beastmasters, or rather the only Beastmaster that we've got so far. We've got Sergeant Bird in the military. We've got King of Croatia, who's a labourer. That means they're mostly going to be dealing with engraving and pump operation, siege operation, the hauling jobs. As you notice, I have tailored the hauling jobs quite a lot, and we've actually got a few new professions, but I'll go over those in a moment. We've got Dark Draker, who is a metalsmith. We've got Arnob, who is an angler. We've got Frizen, who is a new druid. Skiller 2, a Medicus, along with Revocane, who has now been renamed to a Medicus. We have got Cognitive Dissonance, a Gemsmith. Hola! We've got Tiny Tim, Eli, Celador, and in fact, down here, Lalassa. All in the military. Well done to you. I've already actually set you up. You don't have weapons yet, but you are already training in the fort. We have got a Tinkerer in Seraphan. Mr. Chaotic is a new woodsmith. We've got Tree Sniper 12, a labourer, along with Lobsteroo. We've got Dinu, a stonesmith. Hamster and Sir Blackwood, foodsmiths. Well done to all of you. Now, if I arrange this by profession, you'll notice a couple of professions have changed. Firstly, Beastmaster is new. We've also changed Doctor to Medicus, just because Doctor is a default profession name and it seemed to be causing some issues. We've got Gemsmith, Labourer. Well, we've got people assigned to that. We've had that role for a little while. But the ones that I wanted to point out to, I've split the Stonesmith into Stonesmiths, of which we've got one, Dinu. They do not mine. They only do masonry, stone detailing, and where are you? Mechanics. They also do a lot of hauling. But then we also have the Stone Slayers in Rock and Evelyn. They are miners primarily. They do siege operation as well, because being miners, they're probably going to become phenomenally strong over time, which means that loading those heavy rocks into the catapults will be very easy for them to do, whereas it would take a lot of time for someone else. They are still architects. Likewise, I've done the same sort of thing with our woodsmiths. We ended up with 3 of each. And so I've made one dedicated person to doing the sort of crafting carpentry stuff, as well as the mason mechanic stuff. That is Mr. Chaotic. He is our woodsmith. And then our tree tamers, Metisapia and Incido, will only do wood cutting and, again, siege operation and little bits here and there. I've done a lot of things for moving around people's hauling jobs, as you can see. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. Suffice to say, people whose jobs will realistically require them to spend a lot of time away from the base, such as miners or woodcutters or hunters, they're not going to be expected to drop what they do and run back to the base, move a piece of furniture out of the stockpile and into someone's bedroom, and then go all the way back out again to fight something or mine something. Slaying rocks, if you will. But those who are going to be working quite close, like the crafts, dwarves, things like that, they do have full hauling. They even have hauling which requires them to go out and pick up logs, pick up stone. like our foodsmiths, for example, do not have that. They will do a lot of stuff around the base, but they're not going to be expected to wander off and bring in stone. But that is the lot. For those of you who didn't get into the fort, commiserations. Those of you who are, hooray, well done. I'm sure you're going to be a very valued asset to Cattenvîr. Now, let's swap back to the game. And here we are. Right, we'll quickly just go over the military, just so you can see how it's looking now. We've got Texer, Spartan, and Para. They are all... Actually, let me bring up the equipment screen. You can see Texer's Spear Dwarf. We've got Spartan, Warhammer, Para, Battle Axe, Lalasa, a Spear, Celador's a Battle Axe, Sergeant Bird's Short Sword, Tiny Tim, Short Sword as well, and Eli is a Warhammer. Well, they're not Warhammers or Short Swords, they use them. You know what I mean. They're Swords Dwarves or Hammer Dwarves, Hammerers. But that is our military right now. We do not have remotely enough weapons. That is something I'm going to have to work on quite a lot to get set up. I also changed from default using leather shields or bucklers to using just wooden shields or bucklers. I assume wood is going to be better than leather as a protective item, but I could be wrong. I leather over the shield maybe, but it does mean I'm going to have to make a few more. But as you can see, if we look here, our dwarves are telling us if they've got these things equipped. You can see this little icon there. Para, Spartan, and Texfer all have their shields, bucklers, and weapons. Lalasa also has both. Celador has a shield. Sergeant Bird has a short sword, so we need a battle axe. And we need another shield. Sorry, we need 2 shields, a sword, and 3 shields, a sword, and a warhammer. Okay, that's actually not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Let's get those set up quickly. So we want 3 shields. Now, I don't think we're going to have enough silver for a warhammer, but we can try. Let's see. Will Plump complain? Or anyone else? Yes, we don't have enough. Oh no, we need refined coal. Okay, well, we might be able to do that. Let's get that going. We'll take 5. Now, a lot of people have no jobs as a result of me changing the hauling task. So hopefully some people will be chilling out in the dining room, getting to know people, and our military are off doing individual combat drills, which is great. I have changed the schedule just to show you. We now have 5 minimum out of an 8-man squad training at any one time. So that hopefully will mean that most people are going to get to some work. Now, there have been a lot of suggestions on things I should do with traps. Apparently, the wooden traps I've got really are not going to cut it at all. And cage traps are not nearly as overpowered as they used to be. So, what I'm thinking is perhaps some stonefall traps, maybe. Just put a couple of traps around here just to catch people off guard. We'll have these near the walls. Put that one there and another one down here. Like that. I am going to make a couple more cage traps. And we'll just see how these work. For the time being, though, hopefully our stone slayers will get to slaying stones. And then we can start building up these walls up here. Now, let's see. Is our mason making the blocks I've ordered? No, not yet. That's a shame. I would like you to start on that sooner rather than later, honestly. I've also taken the wheelbarrows off this stockpile because a few people pointed out that that wasn't really going to help. Now, let's see. That pasture is running out of grass very, very quickly. I think we're going to have to just accept that our animals are going to be on the outside. And if they die, they die. It's a sad thing to do, but there's really not much I can do about it. Let's put the 2-humped camel out there and the horse out there. Anything else I want to stick out there? No, we'll keep the bunny inside. That's someone's pet. Someone would be very, very unhappy. We'll keep the reindeer calf as well. Yeah, that came from the reindeer cow. Yeah, we'll keep those 2 in there. There's another puppy. It's tame. A piglet? A stray piglet, really? Wow, and a donkey foal. Wow. Okay, yeah. Move them out. Hopefully that will leave enough land in this little area that the grass will regrow and people will sort that out. Now then. Right, we've got a lot of the work done there. Hopefully they'll be able to just carve out the area for our hospital before too long. And then that'll be the last thing I'm hoping that we'll need in the base camp for any sort of work. And it looks like we've got the rock blocks going, so let's go ahead and build up the floor up here. We want this big enough that we can place down a wall along this area. Dolomite blocks it'll have to be. They'll be the wrong color. And usually I really don't like doing that, but, well. Have we actually got any shell blocks? No, we don't. Well, damage. I think we should have enough. No, we won't have quite enough to finish this whole area off. So I'm going to have a little bit more that I'm going to need to do. But if I put those there, that can make a start. Now, ultimately what I'm going to do is have a wall just going around the top. Oh, we've got our first birth. Para has given birth to a girl. Well done, Para. Let me just check you out. Where are you, Para? Did you give birth in the middle of the military? Did you give birth while you were training? Please don't tell me, because that gives horrible mental images. No, thank the Lord. You weren't training at the time. That's good. That is very good. You're probably seeking infant. Yes, you are. Go ahead and seek that infant. You left her there. Damn it, Para, where are you? Go back and collect your daughter. Para, this is very, very bad of you. I don't know why. But let's check them out. Just the relationships mostly. So, Para and Millionfowl have had a daughter and she's already worshipping. Well done. Start them young, I suppose. But actually, I don't know if I should be congratulating you, but I guess that's quite dwarvish. Well done. But yes, you're going to have to let me know what you want them to be named. I don't care how you decide amongst yourselves. You know, that's your own business, really. But just let me know what I should name them, and I shall name them accordingly. If you don't let me know, however, I'll just name them whatever I want. It may be someone from the list, or it may be just some random combination of your names. I've seen other Let's Plays do both of those types of renaming, and it looked pretty cool. Now, the area for our hospital is done, and you mark a hospital much like you mark a pasture with a zone. Now, we want to make this a hospital zone, and then we want to set hospital settings. Right now, there's nothing in here. We need to set up some chests, some, like, dressers maybe, some beds. We need a lot of things, actually. Right. I guess I could show you how to use the manager. Yeah, well, you press M from the unit view. And now, this will be something that Aavak is going to do. All work orders must be validated by the manager before they become active. Now, what you can do is go in here, new work order with Q. Type in what you want. So I want a bed. And we want, let's say, 4 beds. Make 4 beds for us. Make also 4 tables. No, don't make iron tables. I suppose you could, but I can't imagine all the blood on those tables would be particularly good. Make it out of rock instead. 4 rock tables. We also want a chest. Again, we don't want it made out of iron or anything. We want maybe 2 of those. So get to work on that. That will be our initial stuff in the hospital. The tables I'm making because we want to use those to make traction benches, but that is going to require rope. So sooner or later, I'm going to need these guys to build that for me. Right now, it's trying to make plump helmets, and I don't believe we've got any. Someone has been saying that. Let's have a look. Plump helmet spawn. Where did all those plump helmet spawn go? I know we kept some. I just don't understand. That makes no sense. Where did my plump helmet spawn go? Ah, so frustrating. I must have accidentally turned them on to cook, and they went ahead and cooked them all up. Oh well, we'll have to buy some off the next Dwarvish caravan, I suppose. Now, we do have... Oh, whoa. Sam's scale has become attached to a steel crossbow. Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm okay with this. We want Plump to try and make a steel warhammer. A silver warhammer. And a copper... Was it 2 copper short swords? No, I think it was just a short sword. I'll double check that. Go to equipment screen. We need... Oh no, it's a battle axe, a short sword. No, yes, I think. Don't know why the text messes up like that. Yeah, okay. So we want a battle axe, a short sword, and a silver hammer. It looks like we can make the silver hammer, which is great. Let's go ahead and choose the copper. Right, we don't want a silver short sword. We want a copper short sword. Right, let's hope that Plump has got enough materials to make all of that. Right, we can't plant any more wild strawberries, for we haven't the seeds to plant them. Now, whilst all of that is going on, Elven Caravan has arrived. Oh, do we really want to trade with these guys? I guess it would be polite. I mean, there's no point in going to war with them yet. We don't need their food. Now, the elves are a bit finicky. They don't like to find that... Oh, wow, we have got someone who's been taken by a mood. Blood alchemy has withdrawn from society. What type of mood has taken blood alchemy? If you see the exclamation point here, it's flashing. It means they've been taken by a mood. Wow, everything is happening at the moment. He's in a strange mood. I think that's a type of mood that will result in him gaining skill in whatever he does. Now, you can have a quick look at this sort of stuff. If you go to his preferences, see what kind of things they like. Chromite, sterling silver, black diamond, black capwood, hoary marmot leather, the color green yellow, sorry, and cats. So it might be an image of cat or something where possible. Okay, well, that's quite interesting. We'll see now what their skills are. Novice fisher, dabbling butcher, novice thresher, proficient cook. I don't think you can get legendary meals. Nothing else particularly. I'm not sure what they're going to try and make. Let's hope they've got the workshop. Oh, they've gone for a craft sword workshop. So it looks like blood alchemy is about to become a legendary crafter. They've taken some wood. Oh, really? Is that all you can... Oh no, wait. There's yak cowbone in there. And there's some ash logs. They might make something out of yak cowbone and ash logs. Unfortunately, the Elven Caravan is here, and even if I wanted to sell this, since it's made out of wood, the elves would be offended if I offered it to them. I'm not even sure I'm going to try and trade with them, honestly, because I'm not sure I'm going to have anything worth trading. But we'll have to see. At the moment, we can't use the craft store shop because it has been possessed. Blood alchemy would brutally beat up anyone who tried to get in there. Just kind of growl at them for a bit. You know, you get a few warning shots fired across the bow of your ship, and then all of a sudden, brutal, bloody murder would ensue. Possibly not murder. It's not a fell mood or a macabre mood. I was talking with Ravicane about those not too long ago, in fact. But, I wouldn't put it past them. Now, the thing with moods, we're lucky with this one because it looks like whatever blood alchemy wanted, he managed to get straight away. If they don't get those things, I think I've touched on it before, if they can't get all of the materials they want that they've seen in their prophetic dream or their epiphany, their moment of brilliance, they will get very happy. They'll just sit there for a while, waiting. You've got a little while, I think maybe a season or so. But if you can't procure that stuff or produce it so that they can use it in that time, then a number of bad things can happen. Effectively, they will go insane, but the form of that insanity can vary. You can become melancholy, in which case they'll just mope around the fortress for a while until they eventually die of starvation or throw themselves in a river. They will actively try to drown themselves or throw themselves off high places. It's quite sad, really. The other one is they will just become a gibbering mess of chaotic insanity. They'll just laugh at stupid things, walk around drooling on themselves, throw all their clothes away and roll around through the corridors. It's kind of disruptive, but ultimately harmless. The worst one, though, is they go berserk. And this is a berserk they will never come down from. It's not Minsk where his berserker rage will eventually wear off. No, no, no. This is flat out, they are going to keep going until they kill everyone or someone kills them. The only option at that point is to put them down before they do too much damage. So, yeah, none of them are good because ultimately all of them end in death. Just some of them end in death quickly, whereas others end in death slowly after beating up most of your military first. Yeah, not so great. But we'll hold out a hope. Now, with the elves, we haven't got any liaisons, so we can just go ahead and send Aavak down there if we want straight away. Go ahead, and I will move some goods in there. We'll type finished, if I can spell. And now we're going to send all of these things over here. Now, previously I've mentioned you can just trade the whole bin. Never do that with an elven caravan unless you made the bin out of... Oh, a yak bone weapon rack. Fantastic. That was going to be going into someone's bedroom. It's going to be glorious. But as I was saying, don't trade the bins unless the bins are made out of metal. Otherwise, pretty bad. Now, I think if we hit L, we can have a look at all of the artifacts we've got. Here we are. Nikus Massos, the Pride of Talking, a yak bone weapon rack. Basic value is 3,600 dwarf bucks. Wow, let's have a look at this. Now, there wasn't much involved in this. There's only 2 ingredients. You can end up with moods where they take dozens of ingredients and they can become staggeringly valuable. We're talking up in the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dwarf bucks. But this is a yak bone weapon rack. All crafts dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with yak bone and encircled with bands of ash. Okay, it's not a particularly good one, but never mind, you did your best. Blood Alchemy is now a legendary crafts dwarf, and you can see that a little bit. You can see him kind of flashing there, and that means that he is legendary. If I were to go over him and have a look at his stats, it'll say Legendary Bone Carver. Oh, Bone Carver specifically. That's interesting. But yeah, probably not going to be changing you out from druiding. I don't know. I might do. I'll have a look because, I mean, you have got a fantastic skill now that would be quite useful. I'll have a look to see if any of the other crafts dwarves would perhaps be able to do your old job any well. But let's see how much we can trade for. Now, I need to be very careful here. We need to have a look and make sure that nothing in this is made of... has been decorated with bone and things like that. Generally speaking, if you don't see some sort of indicator on it, let me see if I can find one that shows it's been upgraded with something. No, all of these look like they're just plain old shale. But something in here is going to have... I'm sure there will be. Sure, something has been enhanced with bones. No, nothing so far. Oh, okay. Looks like we've only got basic goods then. That's actually not too bad. But I'll double check anyway. Yeah, it looks okay. So we'll sell as much of these as we can. We don't want to sell anything that's made of bone. For example, a totem. Anything like that. Anything that's made of a living thing or a plant is more or less out of bounds for elves. They will not appreciate it. Figurine. What's this figurine of? The item is a well-designed image of a dwarf in shale by PH Dwarf. Well done. Now we don't obviously want to trade those off. And generally speaking, I'm just going to be going through this. And oh no! I'm trying to trade a totem. Just have to say not to. Granite scepter, so that's okay. Well, we've got a fair couple of dwarf bucks there, actually. I'm probably going to select something I shouldn't. And you can all laugh at me when you see me doing that. Because I probably won't notice it. And then I'll try to trade with the elves and they'll get pissed off with me. And then I really won't care, honestly. I hope they all die in my traps, if I'm perfectly honest with you. But let's try and keep up relations until we've got a pretty beefy military. At least keep up the appearance of good relationships with them. Granite figurine. No, we don't want a skull. No totems. Thank you very much. Granite. No, we don't want hives. What on earth am I trading my hives for? Get those back in there. Alright, okay. We've got 2,000 dwarf bucks. Let's have a look what we want. We want rope, actually. That's pretty good. We'll have a look at those. Don't need crutches. What on earth is this? A long skirt. No, thank you. Thread, though. Wouldn't mind taking the thread. just because we can use that to craft our own things. So why is that so much more expensive? The thread is emerald with emerald dye. Okay, well, I don't really want dyed thread. I don't need that. We'll take the fisher berries, though. Oh, well. Okay. We'll take all 5. And we'll take these as well. The trader is currently going to make a ridiculous amount of profit, and we do not want that. I'll just take all of your food. Don't need the earrings. Yeah, maybe we'll take the arrows, though. Let's have a look. 25 well-crafted kapok arrows. It is decorated with a well-crafted pine. I don't think the value actually adds to the effect of the arrows, so I'm going to leave those behind. Is this in a cloth bin? That's 430. Yeah, okay, we'll take that. And we'll take that as well. Anything else? I don't want all of this cloth. No, we still don't want all of this cloth. What else have you got to trade with us? Elves, you'll come to learn, are fantastically hypocritical. They're happy to sell us wood items and cloth, but they would balk at the idea of us actually getting any ourselves. Now, what's this? Blade weed seed bags. Oh, okay. Rope reed seed bags, yeah. Tuber wood chest, no. Black sand, yellow sand. We could get this for glass making. Though I'm not really particularly interested in doing that right now. I don't suppose you got any plump helmets, do you? I very much doubt you will. We'll take the... No, we won't take that. No, I don't think they do. Okay. Well, have you got any rope that I can just flat out buy? Oh, wait. You've got rhinoceroses? I can buy rhinoceroses? My lord, I'm going to give you back some of those cloth bins so I can take a rhinoceros or two. I hope they've got a breeding pair. McJester would be very happy with training war rhinoceroses. And I would be happy to have them added to our military. We'll give that back, and we'll give this back, and we will also give this back. No, wait. I didn't have that before. My lord, that's awesome, though. Let's go back up there. I want to see those rhinoceroses. What other kinds of creatures have you got? If you've got any cave crocodiles, I'll take them as well. Right, so we've got a bat, a river otter. Oh, a river otter. Wow. A rhinoceros. Have you only got one rhinoceros? Ah, what a disappointment. I would really have liked the breeding pair. Okay, I'll take that. I don't think we really need these, but no, we'll take the rhinoceros and that's it. What else have we got? We'll take the rope as well. Okay, now they're gonna make about 1,200 on this. I'm not happy with them having that much profit from our hard work. So if we're gonna give this to you, I do need a couple of other things. No, that won't do, but that may be an alright trade. Let's see. Wonderful, thank you for your business. Fair enough, that's not too bad. I think we came off well there. Okay. Right, well, we can move all of our goods back then. And also say that we no longer need Aavak at the trade port. There we go. Fantastic job, everyone. Now, if you wouldn't mind, please haul everything back to where it needs to go. Because, wow. Okay. That flashed weirdly for a moment there, but no, people are starting to haul stuff back. All will be well, I'm sure. We're going to have to build a training grounds for Dapper Jester to get all of that done. Now, let's check on the management stuff. We've got most of the chests done. We're just waiting on the rock tables at this point. That's not too bad. Let's build some beds then. Now, these will be places where any wounded dwarves are brought or take themselves if need be. We should really make a door as well, actually. Let's get back out of that. I hate tab. It always leads me astray. We don't need that one. We want a door. Where are you, doors? There you are. Fair enough. Now, the question I have is, did Plump ever have to stop because he ran out of materials, or did he manage to do everything? No. No, I think we may actually have all the weapons we needed. Let's just double check that though. It'd be horrible to find out that we didn't. Looks like we have, though. We may actually have a fully equipped... Well, equipped insofar as their weapons, anyway. Let's just double check. Every one of these should have 2. Yeah, fantastic. So, although they are currently wearing cloth, they actually have their arms, their weapons and their shields. Oh, that's pretty good. Right then. Now, the floors are starting to be built, so I feel confident enough to start construction of walls. Let's start down here. We're just going to make this out of... Why can I not place that? Is the floor specifically preventing placement, really? Is that perhaps what's happening? Yeah, it looks like it is. Maybe I'm going to have to remove those floors to place the wall. Fair enough. Now, we've got plenty of logs, but have we got more blocks? I don't know. Let's have a look. Dolomite blocks. We haven't got many. We've got a couple of shale blocks, though. Okay, well, again, I'm not going to worry too much about the colour for now. Later on, I'll smarten all of this up, but for the meantime, we'll just work on getting the walls built, at the very least. But whilst all that's going on, I guess we can finally return to actually mining out the areas below. Unfortunately, it looks like it is that time again. We're going to have to wrap up this episode. In the next one, since we've gotten trading out of the way and we've gotten the walls starting to be constructed, we've also gotten the hospital dug out and ready to start actually having things put in there. I can now make the traction benches, or soon will be able to. I may need to make 1 or 2 more ropes out of the thread that we've got. But I intend to focus largely on just doing a whole load of designation in the next episode. Actually planning out where everything is going to be going down here. Once I've done that, I mean, it's quite possible the next episode is going to be largely me just planning out where things are going to be mined and then unpausing it right at the end and probably letting the mining happen off screen. I wouldn't be too surprised if that's what I decide to do. But we're going to start building out some proper bedrooms for our dwarves. So everyone's going to get their own bedroom. Might even build another dining hall, like a proper big one with some interesting features, you know, maybe even start making some plans to get some sort of fountain going on in there. I always quite like having water features in the great halls, like making big old statue gardens, that sort of thing. But that's about it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you have enjoyed seeing who got added to the fort specifically. For those of you who got added to the fort, well done and welcome. For those of you who unfortunately didn't, never mind. Better luck next time, which probably won't be too far in the future. We are now on the 1st of Hematite. Early summer. Seems about mid-late summer is when we get migrants. So, you never know. You might be the next person to join the fort. Best of luck to you. But until next time, and as always, do take care.